He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23, verse 3. Hudson Taylor was the first Christian missionary to go into the interior of China. Many believers in China today can trace their spiritual heritage back to his ministry. His work established a Christian presence in the country before the communist takeover in the early 1900s. His ministry produced over 125,000 converts and 800 missionaries who scattered over all the provinces of China. But as a young man, he was skeptical and thought being a Christian meant his life would be dull and boring. One day at age 17, he was home alone and looking for something to read and found a tract in his father's study. While he was reading, he was struck by the phrase, "the finished work of Christ." Immediately he recalled Jesus' words, "It is finished." He realized no amount of striving or good works could save him, but his debt had been paid in full at the cross. It was at that moment he surrendered his life to Christ. 100 miles away, at the exact same time, his mother, who was visiting a friend, had gone into her room to pray for Hudson's salvation. For hours she prayed until she felt her prayers were answered. 2 weeks later, when she returned home, Hudson met her at the door with the happy news. She hugged him and said, "I know, my boy. I've been rejoicing for a fortnight." He restores souls that rest in him. Many years later in China, Hudson struggled to find joy under the weight and never-ending strain of his work. One day he received a letter from a friend and fellow missionary, John McCarthy, who shared a recent revelation he had about abiding in Christ and finding spiritual rest. As he read the letter, Hudson said, "I saw it all. I looked to Jesus, and when I saw it, oh, how joy flowed." It was such a pivotal moment in his life that his co-laborers noticed the difference and said of him, "Mr. Taylor went out a new man in a new world to tell what the Lord had done for his soul." Finding rest comes from understanding the relationship of the sheep to the shepherd. When Hudson Taylor fully grasped this truth, it transformed his life and his work. If you're striving to find spiritual rest today, consider afresh the character of your shepherd, Jesus. To know him is to trust him, and to trust him is to love him. He is the longing of our hearts, and in him our souls find true rest. Amen. Psalms 23, verse 3, a psalm of David. He refreshes my soul, he guides me along the right paths, for his name's sake. Amen. John chapter 15, verses 1 to 17. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends, if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit. Fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command: love each other. Amen. Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Amen.